What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So we got some very, very interesting news as undefeated Australian star, lightweight title contender, boxer, who is the IBF mandatory challenger for undefeated unified lightweight world champion superstar boxer TEOFIMO Lopez, that being one George Kambosos Jr. George Kambosos Jr. got wind that TEOFIMO Lopez has reportedly been on vacation in Italy with his pregnant wife and child. And he's supposed to be quarantining as he tested positive a week ago, according to reports that saw the fight postponed and rescheduled for a third time. The initial date was scheduled for June 5th. That was moved back to June 19th, Cinco de Mayo, Juneteenth weekend. And then due to a positive test on the part of TEOFIMO Lopez, it was rescheduled for August 14th. And now it's being talked that it could possibly be moved to September. So with that said, now it looks like this may not have all been true. As George Kambosos Jr., an emotional interview he done, and he stated that he's been away from his wife, his children for 9 weeks. He's been given this fight and training camp and putting his body through all types of rigorous training. And he stated that, it's unfair that they continue to move the dates. He says that now his children are growing up. He's missing time and they playing games. And it looks like this positive test may not even be true. And then you could hear, George Kambosos Jr., 19-0, no losses, no draws, 10 wins by way of knockout. He's 28 years of age, stands at 5'9.5", 68-inch arm reach. He's scheduled to face off against TEOFIMO Lopez August 14th. But like I said, the initial date was June 5th. They cited that since Floyd Mayweather, legendary former pound-for-pound king, Hall of Famer, decided to make a comeback in an exhibition bout against YouTube sensation Logan Paul, June 6th, they decided to change the date from June 5th to June 19th. Then they changed the date, obviously, like I stated, due to the fact that they stated that TEOFIMO Lopez tested positive and the date had to be moved back because he had to quarantine. So they moved the date back to August 14th, which was surprising because they immediately already had a date to replace the fight. And George Kambosos Jr. seemed to not be aware of everything that's taking place. And this weekend, we saw former two-time Olympic gold medalist, former unified lightweight world champion, 3-division world champion, superstar boxer Vasyl Lomachenko take on a common opponent of TEOFIMO Lopez, that being Nakatani, and he got a 9th-round knockout victory. But at that fight, TEOFIMO Lopez Sr., trainer, father, and manager of TEOFIMO Lopez Jr., was present, in which, when he was asked about the TEOFIMO Lopez's and how he's doing, his health-wise, and he says he's recovered. He took another test, which is negative. He's on vacation. He's enjoying life. So, but the Zone just today announced that TEOFIMO Lopez and George Kambosos Jr. fight may not even take place in August because TEOFIMO Lopez is still recovering. Okay, so there's a lot of conflicting reports. But then you had Joe Tessitore, of ESPN. He's doing an interview. And he states that you see TEOFIMO Lopez is in Italy, doing well. He's fully recovered. He's fully healthy. And he's in Italy with his pregnant wife. And he's doing just fine. That's just a week ago. So how a week ago he recovered that quickly, okay? And no, he's not in quarantine. You're supposed to quarantine for at least 14 days, okay? He's not quarantined. 10 to 14 days. He's not quarantining, okay? He's not, taking precaution. He's traveling all the way to Italy, okay? He's with his pregnant wife, who, obviously they would be at risk. And there's no worries. There's no concerns. So George Kambosos Jr. is not a happy camper, and he's saying that they're playing a lot of games. Now we know Teofimo Lopez, he restructured his deal with Top Rank, legendary promoter, Top Rank CEO and promoter Bob Arum, and with ESPN. And it seems like they already had a plan in place for him to do a major pay-per-view event with Vasyl Lomachenko in a rematch of their last fight that took place. And it seems like, we know that George Kambosos Jr. was IBF mandatory, and Bob Arum, he stated that he felt allegedly that Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos Jr. colluded to get the biggest deal possible to maneuver around Top Rank. It went to a purse bid in which Top Rank bid $2.3 million. Then you saw Matchroom CEO and promoter and DAZN bid $3.2 million, which Bob Arum wasn't happy with that. And then Triller came in and bid $6 million, a whopping $6 million, okay, which saw Teofimo Lopez get $4 million, which saw George Kambosos Jr. get $2 million, the two highest paydays of their careers, okay? And so a lot of people feel as if the ticket sales are just not doing well, and thus the reason why they continue to move it back. And now there's even talks that it went from being the main event to being the co-main event with Olympic gold medalist, retired Hall of Famer, superstar boxer icon, who is now a colorful analyst / promoter in Oscar De La Hoya, who Oscar De La Hoya makes cameo appearances as an analyst, and he's a promoter of Golden Boy Promotions. So with that said, he's set to make a comeback, and it looks like Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos Jr. may move to the co-main event, and it looks like this is this entire situation is in shambles. Okay, there seems to be a lot of unorganization here. It seems to be, a lot of issues and a lot of uncertainties, and I don't know if it's due to the fact that Triller is new to this format and they're just not doing well with tickets, and they don't believe they can get a return on their investment. They want to put it in the best position possible because you have some big fights August 14th as well. Okay, they may be you're supposed to have Nonito Donaire versus Casemiro. So there's some big fights scheduled for August 14th. Okay, and so with that said, it seems like, they're trying to buy time to figure out what the next move is going to be. Okay. So it seems like they're just not doing well as far as ticket sales or, as far as, the promotion goes, and they continue to push it back, and they're using this as you cancel the entire card because Teofimo Lopez, who did all these interviews, did all this buildup, was already training, he is labeled the one that tested positive. So with that said, the fight can't continue because he's the main event. Now, if it was George Kambosos Jr., they would say find a replacement. But because it's Teofimo Lopez, you can't find a replacement for the main attraction on the card. And so with that said, they canceled the whole card. But they cited that it was Floyd Mayweather was the reason why they had to move it from June 5th to June 19th. Then June 19th, the week of June 19th came, and then this came about. Now they moved it to August 14th, and now they're saying it could be moved back to September. And already they have a rematch scheduled for December for Vasyl Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. So if you're George Kambosos Jr., you have to feel uncertainty and uncomfort with this entire situation. Because remember, after Teofimo Lopez announced that he will be re-signing and restructuring his contract with Top Rank, he'll be making more money. And then they announced that October 2nd, he'll be doing a massive pay-per-view event. Okay? Well, how do they know he's going to get past George Kambosos Jr.? Seems like they're stalling George Kambosos Jr. out, maybe to see him back out of this fight, and they don't have to worry about it and go straight into negotiations and things with Vasyl Lomachenko. Okay, George Kambosos Jr. at this point in time, like he said, he's from Australia. He says he's been, you got to make a name for yourself here in the States. He says that he's been away from his family for over 9 weeks. His children are growing. They're changing. He's been without his wife. He says that, he's dedicated himself to this fight. They're playing games. He don't believe that the situation with Teofimo Lopez is real. And he's very disappointed. They have to be very careful because before you know it, George KAMBOSOS Jr. might see them in court after all. So we got to see how this unfolds and plays out, because there was talks that it could move now from August 14th to September 11th. And they're saying they announced that Teofimo Lopez is going to need at least 2 months to get back in shape and get back in boxing shape and get back to where he was. But now that was a week ago. A week later, they're saying he's on vacation in Italy. There's a lot of conflicting stories. But even his father, who's his trainer and manager, said that he was healthy, on vacation, and doing just fine, and tested negative now. That was just a week later. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Hey, this is Ebony Bridges, Blonde Bomber, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.